If you are a visitor from the UK, you may well be familiar with this book. It's the National Garden Scheme, and lovely gardens get to open up their grounds for an entrance fee, and that entrance fee goes to charity. Anyway, we went to one last weekend, and it was a fantastic compartmentalised garden. Credit where it's due, the actual hedge cutting was immaculate. However, we went to a part that was called the Autumn Garden, and we had a look around, and it was flipping awful. Honestly, it just looked like an abandoned garden. There was no colour, no structure, the plants being left. I don't know what the flip was going on there. And it got me thinking, if you had an autumnal garden, then surely it would be a garden full of flowers that are in bloom at this time of year. So that is what this video is about. I want to discuss with you my top 10 flowering plants for September. Now, a word of warning, there will be some cheating going along here because there are too many to count, really. So I'm going to give you my top 10. Like I say, there will be some cheating, there'll be some additions, and you know what, at the end you can put in your selection of a top 10 September flowering plants. But all of these are fantastic. There's literally no excuse as to why you can't have a phenomenal display in this month. My first suggestion is the Japanese anemone, Anemone hupehensis, although that genus name has now been changed to something completely unpronounceable. I'm not even going to bother trying it. Now, this was discovered by Scottish plant hunter Robert Fortune in 1844, and there's a lovely little story about that. Can I just say, he found it in China, not Japan. I don't know why it's commonly known as the Japanese anemone, because it ain't from there. It grows to approximately 3 foot tall and has these wonderful, enigmatic, pure white blooms. There's also a pink form, which is obviously disgusting because no one likes pink, but if you want something other than white, there are some purple ones. There's even a really lovely dwarf white one. I mean, there's probably about at least 100 hybrids. Many have the Royal Horticultural Society's Award of Merit. Now, hopefully I've got this story correct, but when Mr. Fortune first saw this plant, he saw it in the early morning mist growing within a cemetery, and he looked at it and thought, the white blooms of this plant look as though the very spirits are rising from the ground. These Scottish, they're all a little bit morbid up there. But if you want to grow it, you can. Semi-shade to full sun, regularly moist soil. Don't keep it in waterlogged conditions. Well, to be fair, it will stop those flipping roots from running, but it's a great plant. And no, I still don't like it. This second choice is just one of what turns out to be many American origin plants that are on my list of September flowering plants. So thank you very much, Americans.
Oh, say can you see?
It is the Yucca gloriosa, and gloriosa is absolutely correct. It produces absolutely massive panicle of blooms. It's absolutely stunning. You will see it a mile away. It is a very tough plant, perfect for arid conditions. It will require full sun, and really, once it's established, you won't ever need to water it. It is definitely xerophytic. That means it likes dry conditions. Now, these will grow to approximately 8 feet tall, but in the UK you probably won't see them any taller than about 4 foot tall. But it's these massive flowering spikes, these 2 to 3 foot high. It's an amazing thing. I do like it. The only downside to this thing is if you try and work with it, you're going to stab yourself in the arm. It is really quite painful. But even so, these aren't in order, but this is your number 2. It's a fantastic plant. Number 3 are your Dahlias, plants from the subtropical and tropical regions of Central America. I'm sure you are very familiar with them, but if you are telling me my Dahlias aren't in flower, well, that is your fault. You've not been deadheading them. With these plants, if you continue to remove the spent blooms, it will initiate further blooms to come through, and they will be quite capable of producing blooms all the way really up until about November. Now they will run out of steam once it gets cooler and the light levels start to drop, but here in September, no such worries. If you deadheaded it, it will still be putting out some massive displays. Brilliant plants. Went out of fashion for a while, but I still really love them. Got loads here, loads. Recommend that one. It's a great plant. What are you doing there? Trying to sneak up on me? Well, this next choice are going to be your hardy fuchsias, and at this time of year, assuming you haven't picked up a nice dose of fuchsia gourmite, that's an awful thing, they're going to be looking absolutely amazing. First discovered on the island of Hispaniola during Columbus's first voyage, they've been an absolute sensation ever since, and there are some stunning varieties. Full sun, partial shade, reliably moist soil, such an easy plant, and like I say, this time of year you get your varieties right, they look absolutely stunning. It's surprising, you have these plants that you see year in year out, you start to get bored with them, and then certain times of the year you look at it and you think, wow, that is magnificent. You can understand why it's such a popular plant. Enough said. Where's that woman with the tea? At number 5 on the list is the only climbing plant that we'll be talking about here, and it's yet another specimen from the Americas. I won't do that again. It's the trumpet vine, Campsis. There are 2 species that are to be aware of. You've got the radicans and you've got the grandiflora. The radicans is slightly more cold hardier, and my absolute favorite cultivar of that is the red trumpet. That is stunning. But if you are looking for cold hardness, then there is a hybrid of those 2 species with a name that I can't pronounce, and it's Madam Galen is the cultivar name. So for hardness, Madam Galen, that's the one for you. It is orange, bit to the red. Doesn't really work for me because I do like those rich exotic colors, but that red trumpet, I mean, you see that, you can easily imagine that being pollinated by hummingbirds, should there be any hummingbirds in England, which there aren't because it's way too far to fly. So that's my only climber. Apart from, if you want to consider exotic tender sea ground varieties, then consider this one, the Spanish flag. While many other sea ground plants are starting to run out of steam, this one is still looking really, really good. So I know that's a little bit of cheating there because I'm supposed to do 10. It's going to be more than 10. So Spanish flag, if you want to try and do something a little bit different, because you don't see that one grown very often, and it's not particularly difficult to grow as long as you've got a heated propagator. But regarding hardiness, Madam Galen. If you want the best looking one, red trumpet. I think I might be repeating myself a bit. Let's get on to choice number 6. Oh, hold on a minute. If you're finding this video useful or even just mildly amusing, then don't forget to click the thumbs up, press on that subscription, and if you want to be notified of whenever we release a new video, then click on that notification bell. It helps us more than you know, and it allows us to do stupid visits like this in the future. Anyway, let's continue to find out what old boiled butt has to say. Put my bloody glasses back on. Too hot, too sunny. It's too lovely. In position number 6 are your ginger lilies, and you might be saying, Simon, you can't grow ginger lilies here in the UK, they are not hard enough. But let me tell you, there are 2 forms that you can grow that are hardy down to approximately -5 degrees Celsius. The first one is Hedychium coccinum tara, which is a fantastic specimen. It has a orangey, ginger, reddish, burnt orange color in the blooms, and what a wonderful thing that is. And the second one is Hedychium. It's a hybrid called Devon Cream. Now of the 2, the Devon Cream is the hardiest and the most floriferous. It's Incredibly reliable, absolutely superb. But if you want that sort of tropical red colour, then Tara is the one to go. So there you go, 2 for 1. Oh, just in case you're a bit worried about its overwintering, just put down a couple of inches of dry mulch above or on top of the root mass over the winter, and really you should be good to go for the spring. Full sun, although some say semi-shade, but really in the UK, full sun. Number 7 sees the entry of the Canna lily, and you might once again be saying, Simon, my Canna lilies are not in flower at this time of year. Well, that is because once again you haven't been deadheading your spent blooms. You keep deadheading those old seed poddy head things, and you will get initiation of new flowering spikes, such as here. Look, it's September, it's flowering because I've been deadheading them. That's all you've got to do. Full sun, free draining soil, keep them regularly moist and well fed over the growing season. They are super easy to grow. They can tolerate shade. They will bloom in shade, just not as well as they would do in full sun. So full sun is best. What I mean, look, let me show you a close look at these blooms. This is stunning. This is a Canova hybrid. Look at it. What an absolutely beautiful flower. Oh, you like this next one. It's your brugmansias, commonly known as the angel's trumpet. They'll grow in the UK. I don't think you're going to get any more than about 6 foot out of them. Really be. That's not true. If you can keep these over winter, and if you grow them in a protected south-facing wall of your house, I have seen these over winter here on the south coast in the UK. So does that make them hardy? Ooh, no, it doesn't. I would say half hardy given the right environmental conditions. So if you're growing it as a single season plant, that's absolutely fine. You can keep it in its pot, overwinter it, or you can grow it in the ground in the milder parts of the UK and put a really thick, dry mulch on the top of it. Incredibly well scented. It's a mixture between jasmine and lemon. Absolutely wonderful. And of course, those blooms, that's the knockout star of probably any plant you're growing in your garden. Are they easy to grow? If you keep them well fed, because they will have a high fertilizer requirement, you'll be absolutely fine. I have seen them getting mites on them. Red spider mite or 2-spotted spider mite, if you're trying to be clever. It's a very, very difficult thing to get rid of as a greenhouse pest, even if you've got it outside. So it's that's the only thing I've found as an issue with them. Overwintering, I've had them outside here in this garden, in the ground, come back the year after. So they are surprisingly robust, superbly scented, fantastic architectural blooms. What is not to like? Brugmansia. Well, apart from every single part of that plant being incredibly toxic and can kill you. But apart from that, what is not to like? In at number 9 is a native to Korea and China, known as Sedum spectabile. Has a number of common names: the showy stonecrop, the ice plant, the butterfly stonecrop, I believe. And I've chosen this not because I particularly like the flowers, which aren't bad, but because it is a absolutely fantastic plant for supplying nectar during a time of the year when not many plants are producing nectar. So it is an incredibly valuable plant for your pollinating and beneficial insects. See, I'm not selfish all the time. I do like plants for the greater good and wildlife. It requires a free draining soil. Once established, it does not require watering. It is, once more, xerophytic. Easy to propagate. I don't really have a lot more to say about it because I'm not particularly interested in it, even though I am growing them here myself. I've got a lovely variegated form. It does look nice. So we're coming to the last one, number 10. No, we're not, because I'm cheating. I'm totally cheating on this. Now, at number 10 are your salvias, and I'm not really talking about those really vibrant red bedding salvias that will be put on a really good display. Now I'm talking about your like shrubby South American forms, like your Garaniticas, Amistad black and blue, like your hot lips. There's a big range of them. They're not all particularly hardy. The hot lips does very well down here on the south coast. You don't need to put any protection on that. Anything else like your Garaniticas, I would put down a thick dry mulch on top of those, because if they get hit, or if the roots get hit by a sharp ground frost, then you can kill off those plants. You may want to consider taking cuttings over the summer period, late spring, in order to have some plants overwintering in the greenhouse. We do that mostly just in case, because they're very expensive to purchase but so easy to grow from cuttings. Big range of flowers flowering right now. They'll just keep on flowering. Fantastic plants, becoming more popular. But if you're growing these further north, where you get winter temperatures below -5 degrees Celsius, you may not be able to grow these. But again, fantastic plants. And again, another plant where in its native habitat would be pollinated by hummingbirds. So a great plant. And there you go, that's my top 10. Let's keep going. So I also want to include Physalis, the Chinese lantern, with those wonderful orange papery calyxes that cover tightly the berry within. They are stunning and so evocative of the autumn. Beautiful, beautiful plants. Again, they've changed the genus name to an unpronounceable thing. I'm not even going to bother trying it. I want to include Eucomis. Again, not a bright, colourful flower, but the structure. It's hard to beat that thing. Pineapple lilies, stunning plants. Plant them everywhere. Really, really good. Now you might laugh at this. I'm going to include petunias, not your regular petunias, but these new forms that are coming through that do not require deadheading in order to initiate further bloom. So we've got them here now. They've been flowering their little socks off all year. Just make sure they get enough fertilizer to keep the foliage green and to give them enough energy to keep flowering. I want to talk to you about your typical begonia sempervirens. Again, flowering their little socks off. Quite big plants now, around about 1 foot tall. Really, really bright. Outstanding plant. I know you see them everywhere. You could consider them common or garden, but it's a brilliant plant. After that, I'm going to talk to you. Oh, this is the last one. Penstemons, another American plant. Full sun, fairly hardy. You might struggle with them further north, but again, you could put down a mulch to easy to take cuttings from if you want to overwinter them for the following year. So that is my top 10. I know, more like 15 to 20, but I don't care. It's my channel. I can do what I want. So now this is your opportunity to add your top flowering plants for September. Put that in the comments. We would love to hear from you, and it gets that information out. Don't forget, this video is more likely to be seen outside of the UK than in the UK. That's just how YouTube and the internet works. So feel free, put your suggestions in there. We would love to hear from you. Anyway, it's enough from me. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Right, now, just before you go, if you want to see more content, more behind the scenes stuff, and images that I've taken of some weird freaky plants over the years, then you're in luck, because we've created an Instagram page. So you can find the link in our description. You can find the link on our main page, and if I'm clever enough, I might be able to get a link somewhere up there. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you want to see more YouTube stuff, then check out this video here. That's quite a good one. And if it doesn't float your boat, then another one right there. And enjoy these while I've still got the strength, imagination and aptitude to make them. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.